Lean Rock. A lot of those found, like, open up any of his mixes, the way that they start on that, like, hip hop is, I don't know if you remember his Head Nod suite, 202, 101, 303, 404. He released,
Vaguely.
I downloaded those, I ripped those, and I still have them because I was like, I want to practice to this. This is dope. I didn't know what I was practicing to till all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, that's YG. That's Dwele. That's like Detroit stuff. Like, this is Dilla. It's like, oh my God. Like, I laughed because, like, that new one he's got, damn, it's like, it looks like a fast food restaurant, the cover of it. He just released it. Damn, I can't remember the name. Now Serving. There we go.
Oh, okay.
That Now Serving. That whole first, like, up until Pac Div comes on is like mad Detroit hip hop.
I think you've kind of covered this next question to an extent,
Mhm.
but so you're seen as like an ambassador of like the Detroit hip hop scene,
Mhm.
right? You're kind of an ambassador for that. Like you said, you're the house of Detroit, right? And my question is, when you say the Detroit hip hop style, what exactly is that?
I feel like that's influenced by, like, techno and jit music specifically. So jit music is everything you hear, just sped up like 130 BPM, like just slam the pitch bender all the way up, like that bad boy, because that stuff is fast. But it's like, so it's wild because we have like this, like like super fast music we grew up on, and then also like head nod, like 90 BPM type stuff, Dilla chill type vibe type stuff. And like Slumville, Elzai, like all this music. Um, I feel like because we have such a rich, and it's mostly the older b-boys, or all the older dancers, I'll say, not even just b-boys, but like just like the older dancers, that really resonate with like a Detroit style because of their approach.
Are we talking like 40 plusers?
Maybe 30
Okay,
plus.
30
Yeah,
plusers.
30
Okay.
plus, yeah. There's like, we grew, we danced, we had a lot of clubs. So like there's like a real big, there's like the 32, and then like a giant gap in like mid 20s, like, like, so like 35 and then the like mid 20s. And so like there's a real big gap that we didn't see any like new people come in or stay around. They came in, they just didn't stay around in the scene. So I feel like sonically, just a lot of, like that more dancing. It's not as developed breaking, but it's way more dancing. My homie Mehdi is a perfect example of that. Like his Golden Boy. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, him. Abe had made the comment about like him not having a lot of foundation, lacking a lot of foundation. And I see that like in a lot of the dancers, like even my homie Tamid, it's like super developed footwork, but power freezes are also part of the foundation. It's not his strength. Medi, it's like, there's like gaps in like foundation. Even, one of my homies, Tyler, stuff like that. There's gaps in foundation. It's not that they're bad like they're not bad b-boys either. But like it's just like when you go around and you start seeing, you start understanding, oh, I see what people mean when we lack foundation. But they also in that same breath will say, but y'all are amazing dancers. Like, so I feel like that above everything is just because of the house music that we have out here. And I know Chicago's house, but like a lot of a lot of our producers, like dope producers, Theo Parrish, like they come from here. Sound Signature, that whole record label, is a Detroit thing. And we go out to those spots. We go out, we've been dancing to like house music stuff for years and stuff. So we just have like we've been breaking the house, we've been breaking the techno, we've been breaking the like our brand of hip hop. So I feel like it added a level of dancing since we don't have like Halim would probably be the oldest mentor in our scene, and he's not actively like coaching anybody either. He's like really focused on his brand and stuff like that, which is fine. Um, he does. It's not like he doesn't reach out either. He's definitely showed me some stuff, a lot of us, and everything. It's just like I feel like we don't have anybody who's like actively grooming and teaching the next generation, and we didn't have that for a long time. Like I'm doing that, like even bringing people out. We don't have like like us. Maybe a stuntman lives out here a lot. He'll be out here for like a couple months,
Oh wow.
and he'll be
Shout out
working
to him.
with us. And then Midas comes down, and all these other people come out and stuff like that because he's here. So you know, there's gaps here and there between like I would say like because there's people like House, because there's a Furious Styles crew with deep lineage, like in you know, and like you go to LA, I mean the history runs deep. Like I was at that when I was at Destroy Toys and watching like there's 15-year-olds who were taught by such and such that were taught by such and such that were taught by like Little Rock. So it's like it's 3 generations deep with Little Rock still around teaching all 3 of them. You know what I mean? Which is like we don't have that. Like the oldest one in the Midwest would be Wicked, and like that's somebody I learned underneath from Phase Two was learning from them and like that lineage and how like far that goes. But besides that, we just so it's like there's this gap in foundation that we don't have that allowed us to pursue heavy dancing, and I feel like that is like a very like a Detroit signature is seeing dancing b-boys and b-girls who dance, specifically Detroit ones who are active in our nightlife, not the people from the surrounding spots and everything, because they dance, but they don't move like us because they're not in these spaces like us. Like if you're not at the nightlife, if you're not at the bar, like with us in this, and you're missing a part of it. Like we have Funk Night. It's been running for 20 years and it's unique to Detroit, right? Like everybody's got like a soul summit, funk, like a funk house or funk type music night, right? Ours is a record label. My homie Frank Rains has been started the record label, has been DJing it and stuff like that, to where like we don't even know that Scheme Richards is in town, but he's in town with them, with Frank doing some music stuff and then DJing later on that night. And that's like a world-class DJ. Like, so we get all these different people. Frank actually signed Flag's group, East Coast Affair. I think that's the name of it. They were just making some music, but I literally like was like, yo, this is ill. Hey, Frank, check this out. He was like, yo, I gotta put these guys on the label. Like, so we have that connection to each other in our scene. And that really like being at Funk Night, like where it's you're not breaking, you're dancing to funk music. There's a big difference, and that is in our essentially in our DNA and how we get down as Detroit dancers. You know, whether they're housers, whackers, vogers, like popping, you know, whatever style, jit. Like if you're at Funk Night for 3 hours and dancing to funk music, and not breaking, you're just dancing, you're still doing your tops and stuff like that, but you're dancing for 3 hours. Like I rarely hit the floor at the club. It's nasty. I ain't touching the floor. You know what I mean? Like I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta be some, you know, good looking people in the crowd for me to be like, okay, let me show off a little bit. But besides that, like, I'm like, nah.
No doubt.
You know,
Word.
but like so like that is like, and then you get into the hip hop spots. Like when we go to like watch people perform and stuff like that, and we have all these local artists, and not even just my neighborhood. I'm talking like Guilty Simpson, Fat Cat, like you know what I mean. These guys are still around
Yeah.
performing and doing stuff, and we grew up in that. And you could see it with Halim Strings. You could see it with Mary. Um, you see it with like a lot of the older generation. They're able to dance different and stuff. And like, you know, and these bad guys are the bad crew is like coming up under that as like as they see it and they're appreciating it because they're like, oh, this is dope. I don't have to like get down full out all night. I'm just enjoying music and able to dance. So that is
Right.
built into us more than anything. Because again, you look at our hip hop, you look at our funk, you look at our house, the techno, and it's all there. Like sonically, like I said, is we're blessed sonically.
No doubt. And it kind of gives you that ability to engage the cipher, but then engage just the environment and be outside of the cipher, interacting with the non-breakers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you see, like, especially with the younger b-boys and b-girls, like outside of breaking, they don't know what to do. They're just like, yo, I'm at this spot and I'm just gonna break because I don't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying? But when you're coming up in a culture like what you're talking about, you have that little cipher moment, boom, boom, boom. Then you go start dancing with the ladies, interacting with these people, so on and so forth. And then, oh, okay, I like this song. I think I can get back into this cipher mode real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Get back out of it, so on and so forth. And I think that just makes you, like you're alluding to, just a doper overall dancer. Period.
And then you're just, and it's like, oh, I'm catching wreck on a side. I always feel like the ciphers at our spaces and it's not just Detroit. I'm not saying like, oh, we the mecca of like dancers because there's amazing, but like you watch these spaces that have that, like Houston, watch their ciphers, right? Not the beat, not necessarily the breaking ciphers and not like all style shit, but like watch like how these people get down like at like baby girl throws like a Wednesday battle. That's insane. We could never do that. It's a Wednesday night and they're throwing a 2v2 that's got like 20 crews signed up. Like what the hell?
Damn.
Like we can't do that on a Saturday. Like
Right.
you seen like, most of the like that jam y'all came to was small, bro. And like what it is, it's in a dance studio, it's like, but this is at a bar. Like, but watch that cypher, like everybody's moving.
Wow.
That's what happens out here. You rarely like everybody is just nobody's waiting to dance in the cypher. Everybody's dancing, and then eventually it's like, oh, let me put on. And that's
no doubt. Okay. Now, Mav, you are the founder and executive director of the Motor City Street Dance Academy.
So it's like I'm really like our mission is like empowering youth voice. And whether that's through dance, art, music, anime, comic book design, technology-based arts like live streaming and podcasting and stuff like this. Like we're really intentional about that voice aspect of it.
For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Beyond the Cypher. Let us know how we're doing down in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.